Hello, everyone. This is a brand new month, and this is a special week at that because this is the week when we celebrate the National Homeschool Day. It's actually on March 3, so it will fall on this week. We are celebrating the National Homeschool Day here in the Philippines. So it's really a big deal for us homeschoolers. Homeschoolers. And I am so thrilled because in this episode of Grace Days, I have a special guest. And my guest is a friend, a dear friend in the homeschool community, somebody who has been advocating for homeschooling for so many years already. And I am so glad because, in spite of her busy schedule, she was able to find time for us to share what it's like to be living in Grace Days in her homeschool life and in her role as one of the leaders in the homeschool community. So, my guest is a second generation homeschooler. So she herself was homeschooled by her mom. And from what I know, her homeschool scenario growing up is really something amazing. Maybe she can share a little bit about that. She has three daughters, and all of whom were homeschooled. And now she's down to the last daughter. She's homeschooling her third daughter, finishing through high school. And she is also the founder of the Cavite Homeschool Support Group. She's also the founder of Gopala Learning Haven, which is another homeschool provider that we are in partnership with. And she is now the current president of the Homeschool Association of the Philippine Islands. So I want to welcome you to Grace Days. Lakshmi, welcome. This is Miss Laksmi Maluya. Woohoo!
Hi.
Hi.
Wow. What an introduction.
Thank you for making time for us and for being with us here, especially with this occasion that we're going to celebrate this week. Exciting. So I want to ask you first, Lakshmi, how did you become part of HAPI? Now you're already the president, but of course there was a journey before you became the president of the Homeschool Association of the Philippine Islands. So tell us about that.
Yeah. Thank you, Grace, for inviting me here. And I'm very happy that I am sharing with you and your viewers what uh what I have experienced. First of all, just to have a bit of a history somewhere in 2000, I was actually invited by Happy already by Edric Mendoza. But at that time, I wasn't really that ready. It's not yet time. So fast forward 8 years, Edric again emailed me through his secretary na inviting me to the reboot or reorganization of Happy in 2016. So that was March 3. Kaya po very memorable yung March 3 kasi that was the reboot or reorganization of Happy. And Edric invited us different homeschool leaders. Actually, not just providers. I remember Donna was there. She was the founder of Homeschoolers of the Philippine Islands. She homeschool support group, an online homeschool support group. So she was already there, and then a few others, a few other homeschool provider was there. And during that meeting, Edric just invited us of what Happy is all about and how he is inviting us leaders or advocates to help him build an association that can help push the homeschool um, the homeschool movement here in the Philippines.
Of course,
And at that
you know,
time,
si
huh?
Edric Mendoza is one of
Yeah,
those who's really like a very staunch advocate of homeschooling.
Yes,
He and
he's the
his wife.
founder of founder of Happy.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So it was Edric's vision that led Happy to where it is now. What does Happy?
Yes.
Happy means Homeschool
Homeschool
Association
Association.
of the Philippine Islands.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And what is the vision of Happy?
To gather leaders and advocates in pursuing or pushing the homeschool movement here in the Philippines. He thought of if each of us providers or leaders are already doing something in our own communities or own groups, why not gather all the leaders who are willing to do something bigger?
Mm,
And actually, that year, the bigger goal was the National Homeschool Day. The next year, uh, it was 2016 where we first met, and then 2017 National Homeschool Day was granted. So only a few months with the help of Senator Pangilinan and of course her sister Donna Pangilinan Simpao pushed the National Homeschool Day. Of course with the support and encouragement of all the leaders and advocates who were present during that time or who are members during that time. So
must have been an exciting time, no? I mean, from homeschooling not being so well known in the country or not widely accepted at that time, because I remember when we also started, homeschooling is more like, what's that?
um,
When my family started homeschooling, no, when people hear that we're homeschooling, they're like, homeschooling, what's that? And then 2017, there's already a National Homeschool Day as per recognition of the Senate of the Philippines, no?
yes, yes.
So can you tell us how it was like? Or how did you guys celebrate the very first?
We celebrated it with the conference through the conference, and um, I think we we just encourage everybody in different locations to do a national homeschool day celebration. Actually, we wanted a very personal celebration. That's why we uh, we as Happy celebrated in one event
Mm-hmm.
together with all the member providers, and then we encourage the homeschool families and homeschool support groups and everyone who was willing to celebrate nationwide and abroad. And then they just uploaded all their videos and photos for that National Homeschool Day. They just tagged us for their um, celebrations.
Celebrations, right, right. Because Happy being situated in Luzon, it could readily be parang it could readily be a misnotion that this is really just pushed by people in Luzon or in Manila, but as the name suggests, it's supposed to be all over the Philippine Islands, right?
Yes.
So can you tell us how it has already reached homeschoolers nationwide?
For the first 4 years that I have been with Happy, like you mentioned, we kind of just focus on the leaders that were available in Luzon or who were able to attend the meeting, because at that time, of course, we were very much low tech. So we want, or low tech or very personal. We want the meetings, the monthly meetings to be personal. So whoever is able to attend the meeting or commit to the meetings, then they can become members. But of course, since last year, due to the lockdown, we have moved the member application nationwide, and we wanted to really reach even the Visayas region and Mindanao region. And that's why you're part of Happy. I mean, Arrows and Quivers. You are the first member of Happy to be in Davao or Mindanao area.
Yay!
Yes, finally we have a member outside Luzon, and that is Arrows and Quivers, and we are very much happy that you are part of HAPI, because yes, we would like to commit to the law, to the name Homeschool Association of the Philippine Islands, and we would like to reach every single island here in the Philippines to have a representative or a member leader, so that we can really unite everybody to that common goal. Speaking of that common goal, yeah, vision and mission. Happy is all about pushing something bigger than what we as individual or as a group can do. So like the National Homeschool Day, and then um, we wanted to come up or do something like the DepEd Ed. We worked with the DepEd Ed ADM program in 2016 also, that was released in 2019. Actually, that's the basis of the homeschool framework that is being used right now. So those are the things that we as Happy would like to accomplish, working with DepEd and working with the other institution or uh, international groups, so that the Philippine homeschool movement can really go uh, through the miles.
Yes, and what you're doing is really paving way for a lot of other homeschoolers uh, to really, brave the journey. So you, the pioneers, no, yung mga pioneer leaders, they're the ones who really, uh, how should I say, took out the roadblocks so that many other homeschoolers, those who are now really, getting into homeschooling, especially during the pandemic, are now able to do so with much ease compared to when we were all starting, right?
Yes, yes,
Yun.
yes.
So let's talk about the National Homeschool Day this year. Is it just going to be a one-day celebration? What are we talking about? What are we going to anticipate? How can we be ready for it?
We wanted to give everyone a very exciting celebration, because it's the fifth celebration of National Homeschool Day. Biruin mo yon, naka 5 years na pala. 5 years from 2017, 5 years that we have been celebrating and embracing this National Homeschool Day. So we will be celebrating from March 1, which is today,
Hey!
until March 5. So it will be a three-segment celebration online on our Happy FB page. So everything will be streamed to our Happy FB page, or Homeschool Association of the Philippine Island FB page. So we have one in the morning, which is 10 to 11, and then 2 to 3, and then 7 to 8 p.m.
So how can can any homeschooler be a part of it? How can homeschoolers all over the world, Filipino homeschoolers all over the world, can they be a part of this celebration?
Yes, yes, because it's online, everyone is invited to join this celebration. And because this is will be streamed via Facebook, it is free, totally free. So everyone can join. And we also encourage that you join us on Zoom, because there will be activities that are interactive, and we would really like you to really have a hands-on experience on the celebration. So during the morning, it will be a family segment. So each day will have different activities depending on the age group. And of course, there will be a segment for the couples also, and a segment for the whole family during March 1. That's the highlight of March 1 to 5. It's Wednesday, so March 3, that's the highlight. And then in the afternoon, 2 to 3 p.m., we do encourage the homeschoolers who would like to perform or share their skills and talents to come and join us. Also, if they would like to join, they can just connect with their homeschool providers, or they can connect with their homeschool support group. So some of the leaders are already members, so you can just connect with your homeschool support moderators and tell them that you would like to include your daughter or your son to perform. But of course, since it's only an hour, of course, we will be doing a first come, first serve performances. And there will be slots to fill up or so that we can all be represented. So the Luzon will be assigned on Monday. So everyone who is in Luzon, I do invite you to perform on Monday. And then Tuesday will be Visayas. And then on Wednesday, the highlight it will be nationwide and abroad. And then Thursday, it will be Mindanao. And then Friday, it's nationwide. So we can
Wow.
have that. And then in the evening, there will be talks. So that's for the parents and other people who are involved in homeschooling.
So it's going to be a full week this week. And
Yes,
it's great that we are doing this together. Exciting, no? So where do we go aside from the Facebook page to know more? Is it just going to be posted on the Facebook page or
yes, it will be just in the Facebook page, and we will try to update our happy page. So you can also check that out there.
the
We
web?
will have a registration form for the Zoom link so that uh, because it's a Zoom link and you will be participating, we will also limit because we want as much as possible it to be a very personal and very interactive event. So we'll try to limit it to 20 because yun lang yung kasya sa frame ng isang page na or dalawang page yata ng
Right.
Zoom so that everybody will be seen on Facebook stream.
Okay, okay. So if they want to participate in the Zoom events, they have to register? Do we have to
Yes,
register for that? Okay, and the details will be on the Happy FB page as well as on the website.
yes.
All right. So with that, Lakshmi, can you once again invite everybody, all the homeschoolers out there, to join us this week?
Okay, so thank you again, Grace, for this day, for inviting me here. I would like to invite everyone to come and join us for the 5 day celebration of our fifth National Homeschool Day. It will be very exciting because I wanted to share something special but it's not yet ready. So maybe later on I can say it, but we prepared a game so that everybody can get to know all the providers and partners of HAPI.
Okay, so with that, everyone, we heard it straight from Happy President Laksmi Maluya that we're in for some great stuff this week, and I hope that you homeschoolers out there will take time to just join in the fun, celebrate together this milestone of having the fifth National Homeschool Day celebration here in the Philippines. And for those of you abroad, Filipino homeschoolers abroad, let's come together mga kababayan, magsama-sama tayo at pagdiwang natin ang National Homeschool Day natin, because this is all part of living in Grace Days. Thank you, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Grace.